Hi guys, Christos here, Cyprus Without Borders YouTube channel. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about a video which we made in the Cyprus Without Borders YouTube channel called Rauf Dektash's Shocking Confession. Now, this video is, it contains an extract of an interview given by Rauf Denktash in 1984. This documentary was released in a documentary called Britain's Grim Legacy, which was released for ITV television. And so this documentary, as I said, came out in 1984. I hadn't actually seen it until probably about 2015. It hasn't been that long since I've seen it, but it does have it does provide us with a very important piece of information, and that so Rauf Denktash is talking about the 1958 explosion which happened outside the Turkish embassy, as he refers to it, in Lefkosia. And he goes on to explain how the Turkish Cypriots instantly decided that the Greeks had done it, and they were swearing vengeance against the Greeks. And these are his own words. And so what happened after this explosion, what followed was anarchy in the streets, Turkish speakers setting fires, setting the businesses, shops on fire, those of the Greek speakers, and looting their shops. And so this caused like a real harmful reaction against the Cypriot community, as you can understand. Later on in the video, I've got the quote right here. So later on in the interview, these are his words. "A friend of mine, whose name will be kept a secret, was to confess to me that he had put that little bomb in the doorway in order to create an atmosphere of tension." And so it's really important to point this out, because the Turkish propagandists, they don't like to talk about this incident because it certainly goes against their narrative. They don't want any blame or any any of this kind of focus going on them, because they firmly want to blame Greek speakers or Greek speaking Cypriots for the events leading to 1974. But this was the very, very, very important moment in 1958. And, I've already said there was looting of shops and burning them down and everything. So this really did, the person who planted this bomb succeeded in creating this disharmony, this unrest, and this tension, which then remained in the community from 1958 onward. And to quote the narrator of the documentary, Cyprus has never recovered since. A side point about this incident is, I think it says a lot about Rauf Dektash's attitude and mentality towards Cyprus. He is still trying to, he's admitting that a friend of his was a traitor towards the Cypriot cause, yet he's still covering for him and not revealing his name. And so this criminal gets to escape any kind of justice. And Rauf Denktash, at the time that this explosion happened, he was the founding member of the TMT, which were a far-right terrorist group in Cyprus whose aim was to divide the island of Cyprus, as they called it, Taksim. And then Rauf Denktash, just in case you're not already aware, went on to become the president of the pseudo-state, i.e. the occupied areas of Cyprus. Another thing as well that I would speculate upon is whether at the time when this bomb happened, I'm wondering, there must have been word on the street, there must have been rumours, there must have been assumptions that the Greek-speaking Cypriots weren't guilty of this crime of planting this bomb. Yet the violence took place anyway, and judging there aren't many videos to be able to witness only what's on Britain's Grim Legacy, but like Rauf Denktash himself quoted, the Turkish speaking Cypriots were ready with vengeance. You know, that's a word which he used, and in the video it does look very vengeful. It looks very aggressive. It looks very bloodlusty. But also at the same time, it was a downright stupid reaction by the Turkish-speaking Cypriots. It really, it was a stupid trick to fall for, and it makes me myself question whether, if the Turkish-speaking Cypriots were so determined to guard peace, to keep the peace within the island and to protect the peace that existed on the island, why would they then give it away so cheaply and so easily? But again, I also understand that there may have been plenty of naivety involved. But it reminds me a bit of an incident where, back in my school days, being on the playground, if there was an excuse to misbehave, or to, something exciting, something novel was happening, if there was a fight in the playground, everybody would want to go and see, everybody would want to go and join in, something like that. It's real schoolboy stuff. And so what they've done is that they've gathered in their hordes. Well, there's only a small team of them who have attacked that video on the YouTube channel. So there's plenty of dislikes against that video, plenty of negative comments. Some of them I don't really want to repeat, but if you can, please check out the video, leave some comments, leave some positive feedback, because I'm really trying to help the channel grow, and negative feedback doesn't help with the growth of the channel. So if you like what we're doing, we're raising troll awareness. If you like what we're doing, then please try to help the channel grow. Please try to help us counter these trolls who are out to destroy the channel, and just leave a simple like, share the video, leave a comment. There's just so many little things that you guys could do to help the channel grow, and for us to not be defeated by these Turkish internet trolls or tits. So another thing that I would like to add, another thing that I would like to talk about is the impact of these Turkish internet trolls and these propagandists. I mean, the troll farms do exist. And in fact, the Turkish government isn't the only government who operate troll farms. The Israeli government do, the Chinese government do, both Korean governments do, the UK government does, and we all saw, the UK government trolls were instrumental in convincing the British public to vote for Brexit, and look at what a mess that turned out. But that's just another way as to demonstrate just how dangerous and how impactful these internet trolls can be. Not just for Cyprus, but of course I am only just going to be talking about Cyprus for now. An article which I read by The Guardian, I think it was in 2016, claimed that there was some 6,000 Turkish internet trolls operating on social media. And having been dealing with them for the 5 years since the Cyprus Without Borders Facebook page was founded, I've come to learn a lot about their narrative and a lot about their objectives, and I'm also their objections, and I want to be able to share this knowledge with you. I want to be able to help raise awareness, and to get people, to understand and really think about the impact that these Turkish internet trolls are having. So their agenda, their narrative is to say that the Turkish military came in 1974 to intervene because Greeks were killing Turks over in Cyprus. So they're very much portraying themselves as the victorious knights in shining armour who came to protect a minority population in Cyprus. This is how they're portraying themselves, and they are certainly trying to give off the vibe, the feeling that the Turkish-speaking Cypriots should still be fearful of the Greek-speaking Cypriots, and this is to justify Turkey's demands to remain as a guarantor power on this island. and this is the one thing, this is the reason, this is the big reason why I started to become more proactive and to start making these videos, because it's something which the Cypriot population are trying to be tricked into agreeing to. But a lot of these stories which are circulating online, which are going around, being spread by Turkish internet trolls, most of them are not even factual. A lot of them are based on lies. Ones that do contain stories that do contain facts are often exaggerated, and stories that do contain facts, some of which they will exclude any stories or facts in which the Greek speakers were the victims. So they very much also want to keep the Turkish speaking Cypriots fearful of the Greek speaking Cypriots. By spreading these stories, because again it supports Turkey's claim to remain as a guarantor on Cyprus, and it also remains Turkey's aim to keep their military presence here, and this is their primary objective, to brainwash Cypriots into accepting a solution which really we should not accept. So if you like what we're doing and you want to see us continue combating this misinformation which is put out there by these internet trolls, then please, I can't say it enough, just give the video a like, subscribe to the channel and help us grow. I'm trying to think of what we could call, what kind of job description, what's the job title of somebody who goes to take on this duty, social media strategist, perhaps. Something like that. But they are out there, troll farms are out there, and they are having an impact, and they are having an influence over your daily life, over the outcome of what might happen in Cyprus, what has happened in Cyprus. These events have been manipulated, and we really need to set this record straight.